Hey guys, welcome back to Bell Mountain Power Sports. I wanted to do a real short video here while I'm working on this 2013 Harley Davidson FLHT. Came in, a customer brought it in. It's been at 3 different dealers. It's had 3 different starters put in it. And I've just been finding so much shitty workmanship that I'm pissed because it just keeps continuing. And you know, I'm busy in the shop. I've got 4 projects going right now, and it's just me. I'm just one guy. I stopped hiring people because they're more trouble than they're worth, to be honest with you. Anyways, so I want to do a short video. One of the things that I found here, I've already closed it up, but it's had 2 starters grenaded. The last people that were in this motor. And this applies to any bike, not just Harley, any motorcycle you're working on. You know, if something grenades and leaves metal behind, you got to get the damn metal out, okay? You can't just leave it in there and throw a new starter in, which is what they were doing. So, yeah, I got metal down in the primary side. The stator rotor was full of metal. I had to clean that out, and if anybody knows, it's hard to get metal off of a magnet. So, anyways, got all that metal out of there. The backside of the ring gear was damaged. I had to pull the whole clutch pack off and dress the backside of the ring gear to get rid of all of the chatter marks from the starter. A piece of the nose cone on the starter gear was down in there. So got all that cleaned out, got it put back together. It starts beautifully now, no problem. Now the customer had a couple of rocker cover gaskets leaking. Here we go. I finished the front one last night late, and now I'm doing the rear one. But one of the things I found is let me show you these gaskets. So here is stock Harley gas. They could be Cometic, I don't know. But basically, you know, they're a thin metal and they're coated with a plasticizer. They work good when they're brand new. Now, sometimes you can get away with coating them with copper coat like they did on this one. It leaked. But you got to get it super clean before you spray that copper coat on there. It's just going to come off, and then the oil is going to travel between the copper coat and the original coating that's on there, and it's going to leak, which this one did on the front. So anyway, so if you're not going to use a new gasket and you're going to copper coat it, I've reused some metal gaskets before and they work, but you got to get it squeaky clean and get the mating surface squeaky clean. And then you have a good chance of success. The other thing on this motor here is, if you can see, I hope you can see down in these holes. On Harleys, they Loctite everything. So these holes are full of old Loctite material. And if you don't get that Loctite material out of there, your torque setting is not going to be correct. And all these bolts and this bolts, all these bolts are Loctited. You have to clean that Loctite out of there. The only way to get it out of there is to run a tap down there, like I did last night, or you can run a thread chaser down there to clean out the debris. But you got to get it out, blow it out, and then use some brake cleaner or something and clean it so that the new Loctite material will grab and will hold and do its job, or else it's not. And the other thing is you got to clean the bolts. So here's the bolts that I've started to clean. Here's one that hasn't been cleaned. You can see all of the blue Loctite and dirt and crap on this. This came out like this. This came out of the motor like this. Okay, so now if you look at these ones, they're a hell of a lot cleaner. Still not as clean as I want them. But what I did, because there's so much, is that I run these down in a tap. I'm sorry, a die. This is a die. The tap is the male part. And then just take and try and do this one-handed. Got to go the other way. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Just run that, chuck it up in your vise. That's what I did. Just run it down there. Okay. You only really need to do the part that's going to be in the thread. Run it back out. And you can see how much cleaner that is. And then I'm going to spray these threads off with brake cleaner, and I'm going to clean them even more before I add a Loctite to it. Here's a couple more. Same thing. Anyway, so that's one way. And if you can see closely, I hope you can. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm still on. Okay. Yeah, look right here. You can see all of the debris that's down in that die. That's all the crap that someone before me left behind and just put new Loctite on top of. That's some bullshit. So anyways, so make sure that when these motors are built at the factory, it's all brand new parts. Okay, everything's clean. And yeah, that's why they don't leak for the first 30,000 miles. But then somebody else goes in there and does something, and then they're leaking in 10,000 miles because they didn't clean things properly. Another thing I want to show you that was overlooked by the last dealer is the air filter. And this pisses me off so much. So this here is a factory Harley air filter. It's the same as a K&N filter. And the media that's in here is a gauze media. Basically, it's like a cloth that gets soaked in oil. These do not work unless they're oiled. And the oil doesn't last forever. So you have to oil these when they're, if they don't look red anymore, then it's time to clean it and re-oil it. I want to see if you can see this through the daylight or through the up at the lights. If you can see the light, there's no media left. It's just a freaking screen with no cloth left, and every bit of dirt that hits this filter is going right into the motor. I hope you can see that. Yeah, you should be able to see the daylight, through there. Yeah. That's some bullshit, okay? And why would somebody leave that? Why would they not? I mean, this is the things that I look for. And if you're doing this for a friend or this is your business, it's your obligation to look for these things because it's your job to protect your customer and to make sure that when you give them the bike back, that you're giving them back something that's quality, number one, that is going to last, number two, and you educate them. I educate my customers along the road. This is what I found. This is bullshit. This needs to be replaced, and this is why. So that they understand, so that they can protect themselves in the long run. Because hey, maybe they move out of state, but you left them with knowledge, you left them with the ability to somewhat maintain their own bike. At least, that's basic air filter, right? So that's the lungs of the motor. If you let dirt into your lungs, you're going to be hurting, okay? Everything that goes past that filter goes into the motor, wears your rings out, gets into the oil somewhat, and we'll get into the lower end as well. Not as much as it's going to wear the rings, but once the rings wear, then yeah, you're going to get more past the rings into your engine. So it's very crucial that you keep your air filter clean and oiled all the time. They don't last forever. If you can see daylight through it, chuck it, get rid of it. So anyways, that's my rant for now. Oh, let me show you something else. Okay, come around here. this fuse block, okay? I put a heated seat in. The guy stabs a wire on the front of the fuse block and leaves the cover off. Now this is all flipping dirty and, fill it with freaking road dirt, right? The cover's gone. Okay, that's BS. Okay, this block has spares that can be used to tap this into, or you can tap it onto the battery lugs if you want. This one's got like 3 other accessories attached to the battery already, so I'm going to go in here and pull this off and try to grab one of those spare circuits that aren't being used for components that this bike doesn't have and run it off of that. But this is not the way you do wiring. You don't just stab a piece of metal in there and call it good. That's some hillbilly bullshit right there. Anyways, so yeah, I think that's it. I'm done now for my rant. This is a beautiful bike, man. Somebody has invested a lot of money into this. It's got Screaming Eagle everything. It's got a 117 cubic inch upgrade and Barnett clutch, Screaming Eagle compensator. I mean, somebody has put a lot of money into this, and to not maintain it properly is just throwing your money away. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening to my rant, and I hope you learned something from it. And be good to each other, and I'll see you on the next video.